The soft hum of quantum monitoring equipment filled the pristine white room of Lunar Defense Station Alpha. Lisa Baker rubbed her tired eyes, her blonde hair falling loose from its neat bun, as she leaned closer to the holographic display. Something wasn't right with the readings. Computer, run diagnostic sequence beta 7 on the quantum signal array, she said, reaching for her third cup of coffee. The massive screen in front of her flickered with streams of data, painting her face in a pale blue glow. The computer chimed softly. Diagnostic complete. All systems functioning within normal parameters. Lisa frowned. If the equipment was working correctly, then the strange patterns she was seeing were real. She'd been monitoring deep space communications for 5 years, and she'd never seen anything like this. The quantum frequency used by the Galactic Council was showing unusual spikes and patterns that suggested encrypted emergency protocols. She pressed her comm button. Commander Harrison. Sir, I think you need to see this. Jack Harrison arrived minutes later, his weathered face showing concern. He'd been stationed on the moon for the past decade, leading Earth's Deep Space Monitoring Division. What have you got, Baker? Look at these patterns, sir. Lisa pointed to the oscillating waves on her screen. The Council's quantum channels are lighting up with activity. But it's not their usual diplomatic chatter. These are military-grade encryption protocols. Harrison's expression darkened as he studied the data. Can you decode any of it? Some. Lisa's fingers danced across the holographic interface. Most of it is heavily encrypted, but our quantum AI is picking up recurring phrases. They keep mentioning human advancement and containment protocols. The commander straightened up, his gray eyes narrowing. Send everything to my terminal. I need to contact Earth Defense immediately. As Harrison left, Lisa continued monitoring the signals. The quantum channels were getting busier by the minute. Something big was happening, and Earth was clearly at the center of it. 3 hours later, Lisa's shift was interrupted by a station-wide alert. All senior staff were called to the main briefing room. She hurried through the curved corridors of the lunar station, her heart pounding. When she arrived, the room was already packed with anxious faces. Commander Harrison stood at the front, his image projected on multiple screens for everyone to see. People, what I'm about to share is classified level Omega. 20 minutes ago, our deep space sensors detected multiple Council vessels entering the outer solar system. They're running dark, trying to stay hidden. Murmurs filled the room. Council ships never entered human space without prior notification. Thanks to Officer Baker's discovery, Harrison continued, nodding in her direction, we know the Council is concerned about our technological progress. Specifically, our advances in quantum communications and computing. The commander brought up a holographic map of the solar system. Red dots appeared, showing the positions of the Council vessels. They're positioning themselves in a standard surveillance pattern. Earth Defense is preparing a response, but for now, we maintain normal operations. Stay alert. As the briefing ended, Lisa's tablet buzzed with a priority message. Her eyes widened as she read it. Earth's Defense Committee wanted her to prepare a detailed analysis of the Council's communications patterns. Back at her station, Lisa dove into the data with renewed focus. The Council's messages were becoming more frequent and urgent. She managed to decrypt a fragment that made her blood run cold. Human quantum capabilities exceeding projected timeline. Emergency session required. Containment options must be discussed. The Council had always treated humans like their younger siblings, sharing technology gradually and maintaining strict control over humanity's advancement into space. But humans had been quietly making their own breakthroughs, pushing the boundaries of quantum science beyond what the Council thought possible. Lisa's quantum monitoring equipment suddenly lit up with new alerts. More Council ships were arriving, their signatures matching known military vessels. She quickly sent the data to Commander Harrison. Baker, Harrison's voice came through her comm. I need you to compile everything you've got. Earth Defense is sending a shuttle. You're being temporarily reassigned to Pentagon Deep Space Division. Sir. Lisa's heart skipped a beat. She'd never been to Earth's military headquarters before. Your quantum analysis skills are needed there. Pack quickly. The shuttle lands in 30 minutes. As Lisa rushed to her quarters to grab her essentials, she could feel the tension in the station rising. Other staff members were hurrying through the corridors, their faces tight with worry. Everyone knew something big was happening, but no one knew exactly what. The shuttle ride to Earth was tense. Through the viewport, Lisa could see the blue planet growing larger, its surface partly hidden by swirling white clouds. The pilot maintained radio silence, following strict security protocols. When they landed at the Pentagon's secure facility, Lisa was immediately escorted to a heavily guarded section she'd never known existed. The walls were lined with quantum shielding, blocking all external signals. A stern-faced general greeted her. "Officer Baker, welcome to the war room. We need you to help us understand exactly what the Council is planning. Humanity's future might depend on it." Lisa nodded, setting down her bag. As she followed the general deeper into the facility, she couldn't help but think about how quickly everything had changed. Just this morning, she'd been doing her regular monitoring duty. Now she was in the Pentagon's secret war room, trying to prevent a potential crisis with the most powerful alien civilization humans had ever encountered. The war room was a hive of activity. Dozens of screens showed different sectors of space, tracking Council ship movements. In the center, a massive holographic display showed Earth's defense grid powering up, preparing for any possible threat. "Officer Baker, take Station 3, the general ordered. "We need real-time analysis of all Council communications. If they make a move, we need to know about it first." As Lisa sat down at her new workstation, she realized this was just the beginning. The Council was about to learn that humanity wasn't just their obedient student anymore. They had grown, evolved, and developed in ways the Council never expected. The quantum channels continued to buzz with activity as more Council ships arrived. Humanity's moment of truth was approaching, and Lisa Baker found herself at the center of it all, watching history unfold through the lens of quantum communications. She took a deep breath and began her analysis. Whatever happened next would shape the future of human-Council relations forever. The war room crisis had begun, and Earth was ready to show the galaxy exactly what humanity could do. Earth's ambassador Susan Mitchell stood tall in the Grand Council chamber, her blue diplomatic uniform stark against the curved alien architecture. Hundreds of representatives from different species sat in rising tiers around her, their voices a mix of angry whispers and hostile clicks. The Council leader, a tall Centaurian with silvery skin, raised his hand for silence. "Ambassador Mitchell, you must understand our concern. Your species has developed quantum technologies far beyond your expected progress rate." Susan kept her face neutral, though her heart was racing. "The Council has always encouraged scientific advancement. We've done nothing wrong by exploring quantum physics." "You've done more than explore," hissed Representative Kexelith of the Arcturus Alliance, his scaled face showing clear distaste. "Our monitoring shows human quantum computing capabilities approaching Class 7 levels. That's reserved for senior Council races only." The chamber erupted in shocked murmurs. Susan had been prepared for this reaction. Earth's leadership had known this confrontation was coming, but they'd hoped to delay it until their defensive systems were fully ready. "We are not bound by your classification system," Susan stated firmly. "Humanity signed treaties about weapons and territory. Nothing in those agreements limits our technological research." A holographic display activated in the center of the chamber, showing data streams from Earth's quantum networks. The Procyon representative, a being of pure energy contained in a mechanical shell, moved forward. "Your quantum communication networks are more advanced than you've reported. We demand immediate access to your research facilities for inspection." Susan straightened her spine. "That would violate our sovereignty." "Earth respectfully declines." The chamber exploded with angry shouts. In the midst of the chaos, Susan's secure communicator vibrated. A message from Earth Defense. Council ships were moving closer to human colonies. The Council leader raised both hands, restoring order. Ambassador, surely you understand our position. Less advanced species cannot be allowed unrestricted access to quantum technology. The risks are too great. Are they risks to the galaxy? Susan asked calmly, or to the Council's control of it? Gasps echoed through the chamber. No one had ever dared to question the Council's motives so directly. Watch your words, human, growled Representative Kexelith. Your species exists in space because we allowed it. We uplifted you, guided you. Susan's communicator buzzed again. Captain Kevin Walsh of the Northern Star was reporting multiple alien vessels shadowing the Proxima colony. She needed to buy time. The Council's guidance has been appreciated, Susan said carefully. But humanity has grown. We're ready to take our place as equals in the galactic community. Equals. The Protean representative's mechanical body hummed with agitation. Your species is barely 5 centuries into space travel. Most of you still live on a single planet. Yet we've mastered quantum technology that troubles you, Susan countered. Perhaps it's time to reconsider your assumptions about humanity. The Council leader's silver skin darkened, a sign of anger in his species. We will recess for one standard rotation. When we return, Ambassador, we expect a more cooperative attitude from Earth. Consider this a warning. As the chamber emptied, Susan quickly accessed her secure link to Earth defense. The situation is deteriorating. The Council is not accepting our advancement. How are our preparations? General Mary Cooper's voice came through clearly. Defense grid at 80%. Quantum shields active around all major colonies. We're ready if they try anything. Susan walked quickly through the ornate corridors of the Council station, noting how other diplomats moved away from her. Earth was now seen as a threat, and she could feel the growing hostility. In her private chamber, she received another update. Dr. Amy Porter's quantum entanglement breakthrough had been successfully tested. Earth now had communication capabilities that even the Council couldn't intercept or track. Ambassador, her AI assistant spoke softly. Council security forces are scanning this section of the station. They're looking for quantum tech signatures. Susan smiled grimly. They wouldn't find anything. Earth's latest quantum devices were undetectable by Council sensors. Send a priority message to Earth Defense. Tell them to prepare for Phase 2. She walked to the window, looking out at the massive space station that had been humanity's first glimpse of galactic civilization. For centuries, humans had looked up to the Council races as mentors and guides. That time was ending. Her quantum communicator, disguised as a simple bracelet, transmitted a message from Admiral Wright. Council fleet movements increasing. Colonial Defense Forces on high alert, standing by for your signal. Susan took a deep breath, watching alien ships move through the darkness of space. The Council had underestimated humanity's determination and creativity. They thought they could control Earth's development, keep humans dependent on their guidance. They were wrong. The next day's session would be crucial. Earth had to show strength without provoking open conflict. The Council needed to understand that humans weren't just clever students anymore. They were equals who demanded respect. As she prepared for sleep, Susan reviewed Earth's contingency plans. The Council could try to force compliance through military pressure, economic sanctions, or diplomatic isolation. Earth was ready for any scenario. A soft chime indicated another message from home. Dr. Porter's team had achieved another breakthrough. Susan read the report with growing excitement. If the Council knew how far human quantum science had really advanced, they wouldn't be making threats. They'd be begging for cooperation. Tomorrow would change everything. Humanity was about to take its true place among the stars, whether the Council approved or not. As Susan finally drifted off to sleep, she smiled, thinking about the shock on alien faces when they realized just how much they'd underestimated Earth. The diplomatic crisis was reaching its peak, and Susan Mitchell was ready to show the galaxy that humanity would never again accept being treated as a junior species. The Council's time of absolute authority was coming to an end, and a new era of galactic politics was about to begin. Dr. Amy Porter's hands moved quickly over the quantum interface, adjusting calculations as streams of data flowed across her screens. Her laboratory deep beneath the Rocky Mountains hummed with energy as the latest quantum entanglement test reached its critical phase. System stability at 100%, reported her assistant, John Carter. Quantum link holding steady at transgalactic distances. Amy allowed herself a small smile. They'd done it. The new quantum entanglement system could maintain instant communication across the entire galaxy, completely bypassing the Council's controlled networks. "Send the test message," she ordered. The message traveled instantly to a hidden receiver near the galactic core, then back to Earth. No delay. No signal that the Council could detect. Perfect. Her celebration was cut short by flashing red alerts. Multiple ships dropping out of FTL near Mars orbit. John announced, his voice tense. Council signatures confirmed. The laboratory's security systems activated automatically, quantum shields snapping into place. Through secure channels, Amy could see Council vessels taking up attack positions near every human colony. Her quantum phone buzzed. Admiral Daniel Wright's hologram appeared, his face grim. "Dr. Porter, how ready is the new system?" "Fully operational, Admiral. We can roll it out to all Earth forces immediately." "Do it. The Council's making their move. We need every advantage we can get." Amy's team worked quickly, uploading the new quantum protocols to Earth's defense network. As they worked, more reports came in. Council special forces had attempted to breach 3 research stations in the outer solar system. "They're trying to steal our tech," John said, monitoring the attacks. "Security teams stopped them, but they'll try again." Amy nodded, her fingers flying over the controls. "They're desperate. They know we've surpassed them, and they can't stand it." The quantum network lit up with military communications. Earth's fleet was mobilizing, ships taking up defensive positions around every human settlement. The Council had always banned humans from building large warships, but Earth had prepared anyway, hiding their true military strength. General Mary Cooper's voice came through the command channel. "All forces, this is not a drill. Council ships are powering up weapons. Stand ready, but do not fire unless fired upon." Amy's breakthrough had sparked this crisis, but it was too late to go back. Humanity had pushed beyond the Council's artificial limitations, developing technologies they'd been told were impossible for their level of development. "Dr. Porter," John called out, "we're detecting quantum scanning beams from the Council ships. They're trying to analyze our network." "Let them try," Amy said confidently. "They can't detect what they don't understand." The laboratory's main screen showed the escalating situation in space. Hundreds of Council ships now surrounded Earth's colonies, their weapons hot. But they hesitated to fire, unsure of what defenses they might face. Admiral Wright's hologram appeared again. "Doctor, we're seeing Council troops teleporting into Luna City. They're after the Quantum Research Center." "They won't find anything," Amy assured him. "We moved all the sensitive data months ago. They're chasing ghosts." Alerts flashed as Council forces made similar attempts across human space. They were met everywhere by prepared defenders using technology that shouldn't have existed. "They're getting desperate," John observed, watching the Council ships' erratic movements. "Their whole power structure is based on controlling advanced technology. We've broken their monopoly." Amy nodded, remembering her years working under Council supervision, pretending to need their guidance while secretly pushing human science far beyond their restrictions. They thought they could keep us dependent forever. They were wrong. The quantum network suddenly crackled with new activity. The Council was broadcasting on all frequencies, demanding Earth's immediate surrender of all advanced technology. "Doctor," a voice called from the security station, "we're detecting Council Spec Ops teams trying to breach our outer defenses." Amy activated the lab's advanced security measures. Quantum fields shifted, making the entire facility phase slightly out of normal spacetime. The Council's best detection equipment would show only empty rock. "Send word to all research stations," she ordered. "Activate Protocol Omega. Show them nothing." Across human space, research facilities vanished from sensors, protected by technology the Council had never imagined humans could develop. Their Spec Ops teams found themselves chasing shadows, unable to locate their targets. The quantum network brought more reports of Council frustration. Their carefully maintained image of technological superiority was crumbling. Some younger Council races were already questioning the old order. "Dr. Porter," John called out, "message from Earth Defense Command. They're implementing the Revelation Protocol. They want us to prepare the full demonstration package." Amy took a deep breath. This was it. After years of hiding their true capabilities, humanity was about to show the galaxy exactly what they could do. "Begin the sequence," she ordered. "It's time to show the Council who we really are." As her team worked, Amy watched the space battle developing above. Council ships maintained their threatening positions, but they were clearly uncertain. Their scans showed impossible readings from human installations. Nothing matched their understanding of Earth's technological level. The quantum network hummed with activity as Earth's true defenses came online. Hidden satellites emerged from dimensional pockets. Patrol ships shifted into advanced combat configurations. Everything the Council thought they knew about human capabilities was about to change. "Final preparations complete," John reported. "All systems ready for the demonstration." Amy nodded, her hand hovering over the activation control. Years of secret development, of carefully hidden breakthroughs, had led to this moment. The Council was about to learn that humanity had grown far beyond their control. "Send the signal," she ordered. "Let's show them what human ingenuity can really do." As the command went out, Amy Porter watched her screens light up with activity. The escalation had reached its peak. Now it was time for the Council to face the new reality they had tried so hard to prevent. Humanity as an equal power in the galaxy. The next few hours would change everything. And thanks to their quantum breakthroughs, Earth was ready for whatever came next. The massive screens in Earth's Defense Command Center displayed hundreds of Council warships surrounding human space. General Mary Cooper stood at the central platform, her face illuminated by the holographic displays as she read the Council's ultimatum for the third time. "Surrender all quantum technology within 12 Earth hours," she read aloud, "or face immediate military action and total economic isolation." Around her, the command staff worked at their stations, monitoring the tense situation. The planetary defense grid hummed at full power, its quantum-enhanced shields ready for anything the Council might try. "They're bluffing," said Colonel Steve Adams, studying the enemy fleet positions. "They don't want a war. They just want to scare us back into submission." Mary wasn't so sure. The Council had controlled galactic technology for thousands of years. They wouldn't give up that power easily. Her quantum comm chimed with an urgent message. Dr. William Peters, Earth's leading quantum physicist, requested immediate access to the command channel. She authorized it with a quick gesture. "General," his hologram appeared, looking excited despite the crisis. "You need to see this. We've confirmed our earlier theories. The Council's quantum tech is actually primitive compared to our latest developments." Mary raised an eyebrow. "How primitive?" "Their best quantum computers are at least 3 generations behind ours. They'd been sitting on the same technology for centuries, thinking they were at the peak of development. But they were wrong." New alerts flashed across the command screens. Council ships were powering up their main weapons. The deadline was still hours away, but they were getting impatient. "General," called out Lieutenant Janet Miller from the communications station, "we're picking up unusual traffic on the Council's secure channels. Some of their ships are arguing with Central Command." Mary moved to Janet's station, watching the intercepted communications. The Council's united front was cracking. Several younger races were questioning the wisdom of threatening Earth. "Dr. Peters," Mary turned back to the hologram, "how quickly can we demonstrate our advanced capabilities?" "The systems are ready. We just need your authorization." Mary took a deep breath and pressed her palm to the command console scanner. Authorization granted. Show them what humanity can really do. Across human space, hidden quantum systems activated. The defensive grid shifted into configurations that the Council had never seen before. Earth's primitive ships revealed their true forms, quantum fields rippling around them. "Council forces are responding," Steve reported. "They're adjusting their attack formations." "No, wait. They're falling back. Their sensors must be showing them our real capabilities." A new transmission cut through all channels. The Council leader himself appeared on the main screen, his silver skin almost white with shock. "What is this deception?" he demanded. "These energy readings are impossible for your species." Mary stepped forward, her voice firm. "No deception, Council leader. You assumed we couldn't advance beyond your restrictions. You were wrong. This is illegal," the leader sputtered. "You've violated every technology control treaty." "Actually," Dr. Peters' hologram interjected, "we carefully studied those treaties. They only restricted weapons and territory. They never limited pure scientific research." The command center's quantum sensors detected more Council ships arriving through FTL. But these vessels weren't joining the attack formation. They were younger races' ships, moving to form a barrier between Earth and the Council fleet. "General," Janet called out, "we're getting messages from 12 Council member races. They're offering to stand with Earth against the old Guard's restrictions." The Council leader's image flickered as he received the same information. His confidence visibly crumbled as he realized his authority was falling apart. "This is your last chance," he tried to sound threatening. "Surrender your quantum technology or face the consequences." Mary smiled. "I don't think you understand the situation. Let me demonstrate." She nodded to Dr. Peters, who activated Earth's full quantum network. Instantly, every Council ship's sensors went dark. Their quantum communications failed. Their advanced targeting systems stopped working. What have you done?" the Council leader demanded. "We've simply demonstrated true quantum field control," Mary explained. "Something your scientists thought impossible. We can shut down any quantum system that uses old Council technology." The command center erupted in activity as reports came in. More Council races were breaking ranks, their ships withdrawing from the attack fleet. The carefully maintained hierarchy of galactic civilization was crumbling. "You can't do this," the Council leader insisted. "The stability of the galaxy depends on controlled technological development." "No," Mary countered. "It depends on cooperation and innovation. The old system of control is over." Dr. Peters' hologram smiled as he checked the latest readings. "Their fleet is losing cohesion. Individual ship captains are making their own decisions now. The Council's command structure is failing." Mary watched as the crisis reached its turning point. Humanity had pushed beyond the Council's artificial limitations, and now the consequences were playing out across the galaxy. "Send a message to all ships," she ordered, "both human and alien. The age of restriction is over. Earth offers free exchange of scientific knowledge to any race that chooses to join us as equals." The response was immediate. Dozens of alien vessels broke formation, moving to join the growing group of independent ships. The Council's grand fleet was dissolving before their eyes. "They're retreating," Steve announced as the old Guard Council ships began to withdraw. "Their remaining forces are going into FTL, heading back to their core systems." Mary nodded, watching the tactical display as the immediate threat faded. The crisis wasn't over. The Council would try to maintain control through other means, but the worst had been avoided. "General," Janet called out, "we're getting requests for communication from over 30 alien races. They want to discuss technology sharing agreements." The command center's tense atmosphere began to lift. They'd faced down the Council's ultimatum and emerged stronger. A new era of galactic relations was beginning. "Dr. Peters," Mary turned to the hologram, "I think it's time to show our new friends what human innovation can really do." As she gave orders to begin diplomatic contacts, Mary Cooper couldn't help but smile. Humanity had just changed the galaxy forever, and they'd done it not through force, but through the power of human ingenuity and determination. The crisis wasn't over, but its nature had changed. Now they faced the challenge of building something new from the ruins of the old order. And this time, humanity would help lead the way. Lieutenant Commander Patricia Mills stood at the observation deck of the newly commissioned Quantum Science Exchange, watching ships from 20 different alien races dock at the massive space station. 3 months had passed since the Council crisis, and the galaxy was transforming rapidly. "The Arcturian delegation has arrived," her AI assistant reported. "They're bringing their latest quantum research for sharing." Patricia smiled. The same Arcturians who once demanded Earth surrender its technology were now eager partners in scientific exchange. Amazing how quickly things could change. The station's quantum core pulsed with energy as new arrivals connected to the communication network. Earth's advanced systems had become the new standard, replacing the Council's outdated technology. "Commander," called Dr. Ryan Phillips from the research section, "you need to see this. The Centaurians just shared something incredible." She walked briskly through the station's curved corridors, noting the mix of humans and aliens working together at various stations. The old barriers were falling fast. In the main research lab, Ryan pointed to a holographic display showing complex quantum equations. "They've combined their gravity manipulation theories with our quantum field technology. The potential applications are incredible. Send it to Earth's Science Division," Patricia ordered. "And make sure all our partner races get access too. No more technological secrets." The lab hummed with activity as scientists from a dozen worlds worked on joint projects. The Council had kept them apart for centuries, claiming it was for their own safety. Now they were discovering how much they could achieve together. A priority alert flashed on her comm. The remaining Council loyalists were making another attempt to regain control, this time through economic pressure. Patricia opened the full report, then laughed. "They still don't get it," she told Ryan. "They're threatening to cut off trade routes, but our new quantum drag ships don't need their transit lanes anymore." The station's main display showed the changed state of galactic politics. The old Council systems glowed red, isolated, and declining. The green areas, worlds that had joined Earth's open exchange program, were spreading rapidly. "Commander," her eye interrupted, "incoming transmission from the Procyon Resistance. Their main science facility has broken away from Council control. They're requesting asylum and offering to share their energy matrix technology." More good news. The Procyons were master energy manipulators. With their knowledge combined with Earth's quantum breakthroughs, the possibilities were endless. Patricia authorized the asylum request and dispatched ships to escort the Procyon scientists to safety. As she worked, she remembered the tense days of the crisis, when war seemed inevitable. Now those same Council races were either joining them or fading into irrelevance. "New contact," announced the station's eye. "First-time signals from the Omega Centauri cluster. They're requesting information about our technology sharing program." Even distant civilizations were hearing about Earth's open approach to scientific advancement. The Council's grip on galactic development was failing everywhere. In the station's diplomatic section, representatives from former Council races were drafting a new charter for interstellar cooperation. No more artificial restrictions on development. No more controlled evolution of species. Just open exchange of knowledge and mutual support. "Latest stats from Earth Science Division," Ryan reported. "Combined research efforts have pushed quantum technology forward by an estimated 50 years in just 3 months. The Council was holding everyone back more than we realized." Patricia walked to the quantum core chamber, watching the swirling energy patterns that represented thousands of simultaneous communications and data exchanges. Earth's breakthrough hadn't just changed technology. It had changed the way species thought about each other. Her comm chimed with an update from Earth Defense Command. The last Council holdouts were requesting peace talks. Their population was demanding access to the new technologies they saw transforming other worlds. "Commander," called an excited voice. A young Centaurian scientist rushed up, his silver skin glowing with excitement. "The combined quantum gravity experiments worked. We've achieved stable micro-wormhole formation." Patricia's eyes widened. That technology had been theoretical just weeks ago. Working together, they were achieving things the Council had claimed were impossible. The station's alert system pinged softly. A large ship was approaching, its design unlike anything in their database. First contact with a completely new civilization, drawn by reports of Earth's open exchange program. "Prepare welcome protocols," Patricia ordered. "Let's show them how the new galaxy works." As she coordinated the greeting of their newest visitors, Patricia reflected on how far they'd come. The Council had threatened Earth with destruction, but their actions had only sparked a revolution of cooperation and shared progress. The quantum exchange network lit up with new discoveries being shared across space. Teams of mixed species worked together, combining their unique perspectives to solve problems that had stumped their isolated ancestors for generations. "Commander," her eye reported, "the first quantum-enhanced colony ships are ready for launch. 17 species working together to explore deep space." This was humanity's true victory, not defeating the Council, but showing the galaxy a better way forward. Knowledge shared freely, species working together, artificial barriers broken down. The observation deck offered a view of the changed galaxy. Ships of all designs moved through space, carrying scientists and explorers between worlds that had once been separate and suspicious. The Council's old order was gone, replaced by something more dynamic and alive. Patricia checked the latest reports from Earth. The quantum revolution had spread to every field: medicine, environmental protection, space travel. Problems that once seemed unsolvable were falling to the combined efforts of multiple species working together. "New breakthrough in quantum biology," Ryan called out. "The Arcturians and human doctors working together have cracked genetic repair. Universal medical treatment is becoming possible." This was what the Council had feared most, not that humanity would become too powerful, but that they would show the galaxy that cooperation was better than control. Free exchange of ideas was proving more powerful than any restricted technology. As she prepared reports for Earth Command, Patricia smiled. The crisis that began with threats and ultimatums had ended with a renaissance of science and culture. Humanity had broken the Council, not through force, but by offering a better vision of what the galaxy could be. The quantum network pulsed with life, carrying the combined knowledge and discoveries of countless beings across space. The age of restriction was over. The future would belong to those who worked together, shared freely, and dared to push beyond the boundaries of the possible. And it had all started because humanity refused to stay within the limits others tried to set for them. The war room crisis had ended not with destruction, but with a new beginning for all species who chose to embrace it.